Hey gang, Anthony Fontana calling here, coming at you live after 5 today, having a great day today, wrapping up the first half of the day. It's about it's 7:21 at night right now, coming at you a little bit earlier, and hopefully we can get some content out there that you'll enjoy and you'll appreciate. This is a great day today. Every day I'm alive is a great day. I guess that's just the way I feel. But you know, I want to talk about this because if you look at the headline. Don't let anybody run space in your head. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Because when you do that, here's what's going to happen. You're allowing them to determine all of your outcomes. You see, if you all your insecurities, all the things that you have inside you that are keeping you from moving forward, or those voices in your head that say you suck at something, you can't do something, you don't have the ability to do it, let me tell you where that stuff comes from. That comes from someone way in your past that may not even be alive. It might be a teacher, it might be a counselor, a college admin person, it might be a parent, a sibling, a loved one. They might not even be here. And yet inside your head, all their negativity, all their insecurities is reverberating around like a pinball in a pinball machine, because that's just the way the body is set up. You're actually living your life through their lens. I don't know if you realize that, but that's just a fact. And you know, if you're doubting your abilities to do something, here's my suggestion. Just go freaking do something. Do something. Do something outside your comfort zone that kind of presses you to, man, I don't think I can handle this, then go do it. Here's why. When you step outside and start doing something different, you're going to open up all kinds of doors for yourself. And guess what? You'll do enough of these weird things, these outside the box activities, and you're going to find out that you're going to be good at something. And that's going to be something that you need to pursue. You have to throw enough, they call it throwing enough mud on the wall. I use a different word. Some of it's going to stick. Well, same thing with life. You throw enough activity on the wall, throw enough ideas on the wall, and some of that stuff is going to stick. I think it's incredibly important. Any level of self-doubt and insecurity that's inside you, basically in a nutshell, came packaged with a bow and delivered by someone that probably loved you, and they were thinking that's why they love you. They want to hand you this package with a bow and say, own this. This is how you need to think. I'm protecting you. I'm taking care of you. And the reality is someone did that to them, and they're just regifting that to you. And I just don't like that. They're drilling crap in your head, and you need to get the stuff out. You need to get rid of that. You need to flush the junk, flush the stinking thinking, and start moving forward in something. Because if you're doubting your ability to get something done, understand you don't own that. That's coming from somewhere else. Because you weren't born with, I'm crap, I'm a crappy kid, I'm always going to be a crappy human being. You weren't born that way. You were born with a dream. You were born with ideas. You were born with an infection to move forward. We were kids. We would play astronaut. I actually wanted to be an astronaut and tried to become one. It was a dream. You know, we all have these ideas when we're kids, and we're independent. We're dreamers. We have an imagination. Then we grow up, and all the negativity, all the negative, all the garbage that's been thrown at us, all the no's that we got, kind of shut off the spigot of dreams. How sad? How sad is that? You know, if you find something that you would like to do and you do it, and it's not what you're known for. You know, you're known as the accountant, and you're out there putting some content out there as the accountant. And then suddenly you're talking about wine, and you might lose a few people that are tuning into you, and they say, dude, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to tune into you because you're supposed to be talking about accounting. Well, now I'm talking about wine. You know, and then they'll shut off. I might lose 10 or 15 people, but I'll gain 30 other people that love the idea that I'm talking about wine. So just be you, and be aggressively you, and understand that you have that ability. A couple of conversations I had today. One was fun. A good friend of mine, I did a mortgage for his house. They moved in. He's very big on Broadway, a tremendous guy, tremendous influence. He's just really, really well known out there on the Great White Way. And he's a good friend of mine. And he reached out to me in a text message today. I was driving home from another appointment, and the text message was very simple. Anthony, I need you to help me set up a corporation. I have some great ideas. I just thought about this. I want to do it. So we connected later on tonight. We had a phone call, and he said, I thought about this idea at 11:30 last night, bought the domain name, already got a guy to create the graphic for it. I got a logo already set up. I'm going to need the logo trademarked. I need your help. And I need a corporation set up. And I need the accounting done. I'm like, okay. I said, you got this idea at 11:30 last night? He says, yeah. I says, and you had it all done by 12 o'clock? He says, yeah. I said, well, then why the hell are you calling me the next day? You should have called me at 12:01. And we laughed. And we did laugh because I know it was a great idea. And we're moving forward on it. He's going to do it, and we're going to set up his corporation tomorrow and get things rolling. So I got a kick out of that. Another call tonight was from someone that I had put up a post on a page that's geared toward first-time home buyers. Two good calls. I got a refi call from that particular post. 24,000 people saw the post, by the way, and 750 people asked me for information. Anyway, so one of the guys that asked me for information, I got on the phone with him today, and an amazing phone call. And if you don't think I know that everything is timed, there's no coincidences, this is going to be proof to you. Let me tell you what happened. So he gets me on the phone. Now I know he's an accountant because I see Jackson Hewitt on his profile, his Facebook profile. I check everybody out before I make the phone calls to individuals that I don't know. So we got on the phone where, hey, I'm an accountant too. It's a busy season. It's going to be great. I'm also, obviously, I'm a mortgage guy. I love real estate. I said, let me ask you a question. How long have you been in taxes? He said, 14 years. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. I started in 1980. We had a nice time conversing about our mutual interest, and we were having some fun. Then he said something that blew my mind. I said, well, do you own the Jackson Hewitt franchise? You have that? It's a pretty good franchise. He said, no, I don't own it. I work there. I'm like, you've been working there 14 years? He said, no. I had my own practice for 13 of the 14 years. I started working in this place in January. So I said, well, January last year? He said, no, January this year. I'm like, oh, well, why did you stop, running a practice? He says, I had a stroke last year. I had a stroke and I couldn't produce the practice anymore. I couldn't remember things. I had trouble really focusing on anything. I get on a computer and I forget why I was on the computer. Wow, I was blown away. This guy's in his 40s. It blew my mind talking to this man. And he said, I had this stroke and the worst part is my wife divorced me as I started to recover from the stroke. He says, even now I have a lot of difficulty managing things. I would love to be able to buy a home of my own. And that's the conversation that we had. But it went further. I started realizing that man has a story. So he and I talked about that. I talked about him bringing his story into this media that we call social media. And I said, people need to hear your story because you're recovering from a stroke at your age. You were a business owner, now you're working and you're going to move forward. You're going to find a house. We're going to get you one. Next 12 months, we're going to get you in there. It blew my mind. I felt so alive talking to this man, because he's going through something right now that's very difficult to go through. And I, just looking at a photo of him, I wouldn't have known it. You judge a book by its cover. Here he had a successful practice and now he's working for a small salary because he can't run a practice anymore. Well, I don't know what's going to come from it, but I have a feeling that him and I are going to develop a close friendship because I genuinely liked him. He's just the greatest guy. When I said, well, do you have a copy of your credit report? He says, well, I got it from Credit Karma, etc. I said, tell you what, send me a copy of that. He says, Anthony, can you do me a favor? I'm like, sure. He says, I'm going to send you my login information. And I'm going to have you log in to my Credit Karma account, and I want you to just download it. And I thought, holy crap, this guy didn't know me at 2:59 today. Here we are at 3:20 in the afternoon, and he's giving me the ability to access his detailed personal life, his financials. That's trust. That's caring. So my heart went out. He and I are following up tomorrow. This guy's going to be my friend. So wherever you are in life right now, let me tell you something. You need to make some changes because you just don't know when one of these videos, when something that you write, something that you post, something that you do is going to impact someone else's life in an amazing way. I'm seeing great things coming from mine. I see great things coming from yours. So I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee. Anthony Buffalino. It is not wine. I'm not ready for wine yet. I got a few things to do. But I love you guys. I love the fact that you jump on these calls. If you can, share this if you can. If you haven't already done it, do me a big favor. I'd love you if you did. Go to anthonyfontana.tax, T-A-X, not .com, .tax, and go check that out. Sign up for the newsletter that's on there. I'd love to see some traffic there. And if you need any help with your taxes, with your accounting, with mortgages, just conversing with someone that I believe can help you, give me a call. Reach out to me. I love you guys. Have a great night. By the way, everybody that's on here, Frank, George, Anthony, Veronica, Thomas, Marr, Bobby, Mary, Rob, how are you, brother? Say hi to Rob. My God, Senior Vice President for Mortgage Bank, Donna. I love you guys. I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to finish up and maybe go relax for a little bit before I get back on the horn and start making some calls. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.